What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the Crew Motorfest, or I guess it's the first time on the Crew Motorfest, as we'll be seeing a lot of skill issues today. That Koenigsegg having a little bit of a skill issue going off the line. He couldn't really do anything there. But we'll see this LaFerrari up here going straight into the wall, getting deflected off into the Porsche, as actually there are many Porsches around here, so yeah. Not sure if that's like a new meta car or whatever, but that Koenigsegg certainly wasn't meta, as he just went ahead and crowd rode on top of everybody going into that barrier. The Koenigsegg off to the left back there, playing a little bit of lawn mowing simulator, barely making that checkpoint, as we are making up some good spots until we hit a shortcut and inevitably hit a tree. See, that's what this game's all about. You just hit trees, you know? Tree hitting, car flooding, that kind of stuff. Speaking of car flooding, we'll go ahead and make our way through the water, as we've already gotten back to 20th place from that reset back there. We'll go ahead and pass up that Porsche and the Lambo off to the right, though, making back up to 18th place. We'll go ahead and skip up to 17%. See that blue car back there? Recognize him. Remember that guy, okay? But don't remember the guy off to the left. He got a little drift for whatever reason. He was just having some fun, you know? Tokyo drifting, that kind of thing. But the blue car that I told you to remember, basically, yeah, he went ahead and tried to pit me back there. So we'll go ahead and follow him through these S-turns, through the jungle, go ahead and rear-end him, and somehow I hit a tree, flip over, and take him with me. I'm not sure how that works, but hey, it works if it works, you know? An eye for an eye, that kind of thing. But we'll go ahead and continue on with the race, going over the bridge and taking a right-hander here off into the wall. We'll go ahead and barely drift, losing a little bit of grip there, but not too much. Realizing that the Porsche is behind us, we'll go ahead and let him pass. But yeah, we'll go ahead and follow him through these S-turns and through the jungle and swap off into our next car, which will be a Street Tier 2, I think it was. For some reason, I chose a Porsche. Don't know why. God knows why. I don't. But we went ahead and chose a Porsche, as the guy behind us did the exact same thing. I'm pretty sure he was the Porsche from the last bit. But we'll go ahead and let that Charger or Challenger go ahead and spin himself out. I don't even know what I'm talking about, but go ahead and skip through the tunnel. 48%. See that Corvette up there? Bam. Went straight off a cliff. Remember that, folks. That's useful. That's some useful information right there. But he went ahead, straight off the cliff, tried to take a shortcut, and went straight on into the wall, making love with it, like the sweetest love you'll ever see. But we'll go ahead and gain some distance on him through the farm field, I guess that was. But we'll go ahead and watch him go into another wall as we take a shortcut, rear-ending him a little bit. He didn't really appreciate that, as he tries to turn us into that billboard. I'm not sure if he thought it was like invincible or something, but apparently that was not the billboard of death. So yeah, take notes on that as well. You'll see some more things to take notes on, as this will be a pro esports game, this entire thing. But let's go ahead and jump over that little jump right there, landing right behind him. We'll see him go into another wall. I'll go ahead and pass through the little grass section there as I go ahead and drift into the grass. We'll see him go into another wall. I'm not sure why this guy likes the walls so much, but he certainly has a type, you know? We'll go ahead and ruin SpongeBob's front lawn, going through the front yard of that pineapple house back there. But the game will say I'm going the wrong way, which I don't know why, but it seems to really think so. So we'll let it imply that. We'll let those guys go hit another wall. We'll let them make love to more walls, you know? Walls, they have their type. We have our type, they have their type, that kind of thing. We'll go ahead and pass through this town, Mach speed, as we see a ghost car. I'm not sure why, but I guess ghost car is ghost car, so we'll let the ghost car be. As I oversteer it a little bit, almost hit a wall, and we'll go ahead and come up this hill and oversteer it again, this time heading into the grass. I have many skill issues today. You'll see that here in a little bit, as we land in a tree, breaking through it. Luckily that tree was breakable, and landing the wrong way. Now, this guy behind us does not seem to have it any better, as he did the exact same thing, except he has a lot faster speed, so he will be catching up to me in about 5, 4, 3, 2, and there he is. Yeah, there he is. Now, he will ever so rudely just push me into the grass as I go ahead and follow him through I'm not sure why I want to follow this guy through, considering he is a massive douche, but yeah, we'll go ahead and ignore that for now. But we'll go ahead and try to take a little inside corner on him, but he went ahead and spun his tires a little bit, so I'll just let that be, you know. I don't want to cause a massive accident again, but we'll go ahead and try to get around him. He will go ahead and just try to get me into that wall. I went ahead and got him into the grass a little bit, making him lose a little bit of traction, making him slow down a little bit. But rubbing is racing. You gotta learn how to wreck other people without wrecking yourself in racing. But here I will go ahead and have another massive skill issue, making love to that wall, as I went ahead and went Mach 1 speed through the town without even knowing how to brake. That's my issues right there. But we'll go ahead and finish off that race in a most impressive 13th place, going into the second race with the Lamborghini Egoista. I don't know really how to pronounce it, but I guess that just comes with the territory of being massively dumb. But that guy back there was massively dumb, as he was slowing down intentionally, making the other guy go into the grass. We'll all go into this barrier, proving how elite we are with this thing called racing, you know? We'll go ahead and watch those guys back there go into the grass, go into the gravel. That guy kicked up a bunch of rocks into the windshield. That'll be a massive claim on the insurance companies. I went ahead and followed that guy through the grass, though, as he went into the other grass, and we saw that guy just go ahead and deflect it off the wall, because why not? We just went ahead and ran into his roof or whatnot. And also, can somebody explain this annoying freaking engine behind me? What kind of Pagani engine is that? I can hear the other Lambos just fine. They both sound basically the exact same. But what kind of Pagani has that engine? We'll go ahead and watch these two go ahead and ram straight into the wall, as that Pagani insisted on me mounting the other Lamborghini. The Lamborghini tries to block me, but I go ahead and get past him because, yeah. That Pagani back there, though, he wants to go ahead and do some farm work, so we'll go ahead and let him farm the crops for that farmer back there, let him do some community service, you know. We'll go ahead and pass through that little grass section, taking that shortcut pretty nicely. Let's go, let's go. We'll go ahead and make our way around these S-turns. We got the two Lambos still right behind us. We're just gonna hope that they will continue their usual antics of running into walls and stuff like that, you know? Just go ahead, run through here, hoping not to hit any trees as we don't. But this guy behind me hits a tree, as we can see that off to the right a little bit. And we'll go ahead and get rear-ended by him and swap into our next car, being, I think it's Street Tier 2 with the Mitsubishi, and he's being a Porsche. I'll go ahead and run it wide into the grass as we see somebody else going off a bridge. Remember, folks, take notes. Remember, that guy ran straight into the barrier on that bridge. Wait, how did that guy run it off the bridge if there was a barrier there? Either way, I don't know. That guy tries to pit me from behind. I run straight into this GTR up ahead, using him as my brakes, and he doesn't really like that, so he'll go ahead and take all of his frustrations on this poor little Porsche up here. The poor Porsche getting hit multiple times by him, he's getting frustrated, so he just goes out and boosts up and starts taking it out on that Viper up there. I'm not sure why we're taking out our frustrations on these innocents, but we are. Me and the Nissan, though, go ahead and run it wide, straight into that wall. We'll go ahead and do a little bit of a drift session there, a little tandem drift. As the Viper doesn't really appreciate the Porsche being on him, so he goes ahead and runs him into the wall, gets off of him, and then takes the lead on him. I don't know why they're so desperate to fight for 8th place, but it really seems like they are, as we got the guy who tried to pit me now right in front of us. I'll go ahead and show him what I thought about that, you know? Just show him what I thought about that. A little emotion inserted in with that little hit right there. But these guys are still up here fighting for 8th place. I'm not sure why they're so desperate, as the Nissan has already joined in on the fray. They are running each other off the road, like into poles, all that kind of stuff. But the Nissan goes ahead and runs it off a rock into a wall. The Porsche gaining some distance on those guys, as they will go ahead and keep trying to fight it out. The Nissan's had enough of the Viper, as he just turns him onto 2 wheels. That is the most glorious thing I've ever seen. But the Nissan runs it wide in a little bit of karma right there, you know. I doubt that Viper will be catching up to us anytime soon, though, as I go ahead and run it through the gravel, dipping my wheels in there. The Porsche ran it wide, gaining back that 10th spot as the Viper surprisingly makes up some distance, and there's a Black Panther Skyline right there, gaining some trajectory on us, if you will. But we'll go ahead and swap off into the F1 cars, as these two don't really seem to like each other. That car back there just had a little pit stop, and some idiot ran into the back of him. I don't know why. That guy just runs it into the wall right there. But we'll go ahead and dip our tires into the dirt a little bit and spin out, massively failing that entire area right there. Now, we'll go ahead and skip up to 74% in this race. Me and this guy are just going at each other. He runs it into the wall. I see somebody else over there in the grass. You see him over there. So I decided to give that guy a little grass shove. Just dip his tires in the grass a little bit, you know, let him spin out. And we will inevitably finish in a very most impressive, if I might add, 10th place. Now, we'll go into the third race with our Lamborghini Performante. For whatever reason, I decided to take that car. I guess, I don't know why. I can't make up any excuses as to why I took this car. I like it, though. I've always liked this car. Now, we'll go ahead and run through the first corner as this guy just decides to make a little pit stop. And you'll see that guy back there went for a ride. Look, can we get a replay on that? Now, you'll see these guys over to the right going off for a wild ride and stuff like that. But let's go ahead and not make the same mistake we did last time by going through that corner right there, that little area where you can flood your car pretty easily, you know. But we'll see people going off into the trees on the left as they made the same mistake I did last time. And we'll go ahead and keep following everyone through these next few corners. Now, you see that purple car up there? Yeah, remember him. We're going to make enemies really, really quickly. See, I went ahead and bumped into him a little bit, but I got deflected back a little bit. And he went ahead and ran it wide and ran straight into me. He ran straight into me right there. So, yeah, me and him are going to make pretty good enemies. Same with that guy right there, the blue car right there with the white tires. Yeah, he ran straight into the back of me, and you saw that guy over to the left disappearing out, no doubt. But we'll go ahead and keep following him through this corner, and yeah, we'll take them both out. See, if you have enemies, right? If you have enemies in this game, the best thing to do is just ram them into a tree with yourself and any other people around you. It's the most effective way at putting out all your enemies. But we'll go ahead and follow this Corvette, as if we didn't learn about following Corvettes through corners earlier, as somehow that guy just goes flying up into the air. But we'll go ahead and skip over into our next car as we change into the Nissan Skyline. Now, we will see a few Skylines up here. Yeah, you'll see some issues with those guys later. But for now, let's just keep on following them as we see this guy going into the dirt, slowing himself down a little bit. And here is the issue I was talking about. We all just run straight into the wall, and that guy just flips onto his lid. We got a Ferrari F40 right here. Is it the Ferrari F40 or the F50 right there? Either way, we'll just go ahead and keep following them through the rainforest jungle type of area as me and the Skyline just go ahead and keep running side by side through these next few turns. I'll be late on the brakes a little bit, but hey, it doesn't really do that much to me as we just keep heading on through it. The Ferrari F40 somehow making his appearance again. I don't really like that as I decide to run him wide. I go through the grass and I just keep staying ahead of him. Now, we will see a little bit of conflict with him a little bit later as well, if you didn't already count this as conflict already. I ran it wide a little bit right there though. He ran it through the inside a little bit, and I run into a wall and then straight into him. You already know we're going to see some conflict with that guy later. But we're just going to go ahead and keep following them through this area as we see the Challenger, no, that's a Charger up there, having some issues running through the grass and then running into a wall. Yeah, I don't know why, but another Ferrari just decides to join the pack. Now, are you guys Team Skyline or Team Ferrari F40? Which one are you? Whichever one you are, it doesn't really matter because the Ferraris are just going to have a little bit of a skill issue right there, bumping into each other. And this isn't a team race anyway. So, yeah, we'll just go ahead and keep running into the wall, just as per usual. And got Skyline back there, just went ahead and rubbed it in a little bit. The Charger, go ahead and give me a little bump, so thank you for that. As we go ahead and get into our F1 cars. Now, me and this F1 car have been racing all this game, and we just run straight through the wall. We both just run into the wall, and you see that guy back there? He was having a little bit of an issue getting off the sidewalk. Not sure how you'd have an issue getting off the sidewalk more than getting onto it with an F1 car, but yeah, that works. Now, we'll just go ahead and keep watching these guys bump each other, and honestly, I don't even have any idea as to what's going on. They're just going all over the place. Now, this guy decided to back off, which was the smart idea, and we'll show them all the superior route to take through that area right there. If you want to get through the top on the shortcut, but they'll go ahead and pass me back, as my car isn't really that good on top speed. This guy, though, not really appreciating me being in the same car as him, keeps trying to side me into the wall, as we'll go ahead and cross the finish line behind the Red Bull car in 12th. A very, very respectable 12th. Now, don't say anything about that, because that is respectable. I don't care what you say. Now, this next one, I'm pretty sure this is like the 4th race, right? I went ahead and chose a P1. A McLaren P1. Don't ask me why. I just decided to do it. And we're in the rain, so there can't be any worse conditions for this, as you see everybody else just going into the wall back there, and that guy's going for a ride and a half. These guys are going for a ride and a half off the wall over to the left. Or no, not the wall. That was a ramp, but that guy went off the wall over to the right, actually. As we went ahead and went down a cliff. Now, that guy back there, you can see him contemplating life itself, existence, as he'll go ahead and disconnect. You can see that off to the right up top, as we go ahead and find those guys all sitting on the side of the road. And we went ahead and rear-ended one of them, losing all traction that we had and going into the grass. Now, you can see him just speeding back up all the way up here, as, yes, you guessed it, we'll go off a bridge. We'll go off a bridge on the turn. Very high IQ plays have been made here, as I want you guys to take out your notebooks again and write that down. Remember, every single time you see a bridge, go off of it. And every time you guys see a brick wall, go into that thing. It'll slow you down. Trust me. It's the best thing to do, as, yeah, I just went ahead and rage cleared there. I was not coming back, as I already slowed down tremendously as we go into race 5. With the LaFerrari in the rain this time, because why not? Why not, you know? Why not just take out Ferrari in the rain? But, yeah, you can already guess everybody is going to go into the wall on the first turn, as that guy decided to take some sort of shortcut off to the right I apparently did not know about, but ended up ramming into me. Now, you can see everyone else picks the perfect ramp right there, and I am the only one who takes it in a complete failure of a method. I went ahead and went straight into a wall. As you can see, these guys just going everywhere on the road for whatever reason. That guy off to the left playing Lawn Mowing Simulator once again. And we'll go ahead and give that Lamborghini a little shove from behind. I think that was a Lambo at least. But we'll go ahead and follow these guys through, as the Pagani's pretty slow back there. That Pagani was very, very slow indeed. That Lamborghini goes flying off into the stratosphere. I'm not sure why he decided to go off a wall, but he did. That guy just randomly spawned in off to the left. Can we get a replay on that? And so I would like to know you guys' opinions on Mr. Ghost Guy back there. Oh, why do you think he just randomly spawned in on the left? Anyway, let's just keep on going through this little area, as I took a drift, slowed myself down, went into a wall, slowed myself down even more, and then rammed into a brick wall, slowing myself down even more. But those guys ahead of me passed me, but they won't stay ahead of us for long, as we both go into a tree. Yes, like I told you guys, see those guys down there, that guy over there, all going off a bridge. See, I told you guys, top tier strats right there. Put it down in your notebooks. It's the best way to win this race, if you guys count winning as the lower 10, I guess, or something like that. But we'll go ahead, go through a wall again, slowing us down even more, and we'll go ahead and skip over to 29% where we are going through a field of grass, and that guy is going into a field of swamps as he went off into the swamps off a tree. Now we'll go ahead and do a sick drift after leaving a pineapple field, which I don't know about you guys, but I could have swore to God that freaking pineapples grew on trees, not inside the ground. Can somebody do some research on that for me? That Porsche back there having a little bad start as he comes back onto the track, and right in front of me, those guys going off into the wall. Now, this Nissan Z, right? The one that I transformed into? That thing has such a wide body kit. It's like wider than anything you'll ever see. Probably even wider than your mum on a Saturday night, I guess. I don't know. But we go ahead and swap into the Nissan GTR R35 and just keep following through people. And that Porsche takes it wide. I go ahead and give him a little tap, telling him that he's a little bit too slow for the racetrack. Tell him to speed it up a little bit, you know? As that Porsche over to the right decides, hey, I want to go into a wall, into a guardrail, and then go off into the swamps. And that Lamborghini just went ahead and caught back up to me by 82% progression. Now, another ghost car back there. Please tell me why there's so many ghost cars in this game. And while you're waiting on that, we'll continue to just ram into barriers and walls and stuff like that. But we'll go ahead, follow the Lamborghini through to the end of the race, being at 15. Let's go. I told you guys the top tier strategies work. Well, let's go ahead and get into the next race. I think this is the last race, actually, as we'll go ahead and rear end about 2 or 3 people off the start. That is a terrible look for the Lamborghini Veneno in the rain for whatever reason. And that Ford GT back there, not having it any better, as he went ahead and climbed over to the other side of the wall and despawned. Was that another ghost car? I think it was. That was probably another ghost car. But that guy back there, not having too much of a good time as we went ahead and rear-ended him. He went spinning out as the Bugatti just darts all around us. I'm not sure what this guy's deal is, but he just went ahead and fell back a few spots again. We'll go ahead and pass the Ferrari, pass the next Lamborghini. I almost said new Lamborghini, as he'll just go ahead and run it off a cliff into the water. I'm so distracted by that I missed a checkpoint. Like I said, these are top tier strategies. See, if you go into the water, right, you'll distract everyone around you. They'll all go into like missing checkpoints, go into a tree, stuff like that. As those guys went ahead and cut me off right there. I went ahead and rear-ended him, gone into the wall, and we're not having that much of a good time. As that guy just goes flying off a rock somehow. How does that even work? Flying off of a rock. Either way, I don't know. Either way, we'll go ahead and go into a wall. Let that guy have a little taste of a wall as well. Like a rock wall at that. So, yeah, that's going to be a lot more healthy for his car than the barrier was, most likely. Unlike those trees back there that guy was chopping down with this freaking Lambo. Now, the tunnel claims another victim. That is officially announced the tunnel of death. Never go in there. Even when you're racing, don't go in there. Trust me. That thing will claim you. That thing will claim you like the freaking lion in the wild. I swear to God. Anyway, these guys just go ahead and pull out right in front of us. I didn't take too kindly to that, so I went ahead and wrecked the Porsche. This guy decides, hey, I want to tandem drift with ya, and wrecks it straight into a wall as soon as he starts. Out of embarrassment, he just lets me pass, though. As we'll go ahead and get into the next car. 33% through the race. I get into the skyline, and we'll go ahead and catch up to this guy up here as we dip our tires into the grass and kind of take a little spin out right there. Now, that guy did the same exact thing, though, so we can't really blame ourselves for that. I went ahead and rubbed him a little bit. He didn't take too kindly to that, so he went ahead and rubbed me into the grass. I rubbed him back, and he got spun out. I went ahead and tried to take the shortcut and spun out in the gravel. Now, we'll go ahead and pair up with him for a little bit for the remainder of this race, I guess, until he just hits the wall again. This guy reminds me of that Corvette earlier. He loves these walls, but he loves the gravel even more as he went ahead and spun out into that, I guess. Now, can somebody tell me what kind of car that is? Because I have no idea. I really want to know what kind of car that is, because that engine, I'm not particularly fond of it, but I do like the design of the car a lot. I think it's some sort of like touring car or something like that, right? Either way, we'll see another guy go and despawn out of existence for literally no reason whatsoever. More ghost cars. We'll go ahead and keep trying to pass this guy, but he just stays on defense. He's on defense. I can't really do anything about it, so I went ahead and rammed straight into a wall instead, being the high IQ gaming driver that I am. But we'll go ahead and keep going as he decided to brake check me for literally no reason. He could have just ran it wide a little bit instead of brake checking me, but he decided to brake check me. As we'll go ahead, keep going through here, you know, keep going at warp speed, because why not? I'll go ahead and pass him at the beginning of the tunnel, run it wide into the wall, and he'll go ahead and have a little fight with that BMW up there and run it wide into the wall himself, doing the most sick two-wheel I've ever seen. I don't even know what that crap was. But he'll go ahead and run it wide into the wall, again, slowing himself down. And he's not letting me pass him anytime soon, so I just went ahead, gave myself a little bit of a drift through that shortcut through there, as we'll go ahead and swap into the next car, being Street Tier 1, I think this is. I went ahead and chose the Acura NSX, as we got some Porsches up ahead. They're not too fond of the other guy running the same car as them, as we'll go ahead and run it in the inside, past those guys, going up the S-turns, up, I think this is like a volcano or something. But either way, we'll keep running up. I skip over to 85%, where I inevitably go off a bridge and just wreck it. I can't really say much else there. I just went ahead and wrecked it. It's a complete skill issue on my part. Like I said at the beginning, this game is just full of skill issues. Now, as we have 5 seconds left to go, we'll go ahead and finish. What is this? Most impressive 16th. But that was it for me, guys. If you guys like this video, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.